Hello there everybody, my name is Hocus Pocus and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 49 of the series, so we are currently one episode off of the World Tour, which I'd advise all of you to watch if you haven't been here from episode 1 to now, because it will give you a little glimpse into the ideas and the thoughts behind everything we built in this world, and of course maybe you didn't have the opportunity to see everything in action. So of course episode 50, as I said, will be the world tour. We'll take a look around the base, around the world, and just show off pretty much everything we built up until this point. So as for today's video, I have been working a little bit off camera between episodes, and we're just going to go and take a look at that right now. So as you can see, the ceiling in the sheep farm is a little bit more up to scratch. We haven't got too far to go with it now. I've just been working here to fill in these gaps between the leaf blocks with some stone brick. So this is how we've been doing that. We've just been going ahead, tearing it all out like so. And then of course, once the blocks are out of place, you can then go ahead and fill in the gaps with some stone brick. So we've got some on hand right now, so let's just go ahead and fill this one in together. And I'm sure I will just go ahead and get the rest of this done off camera because, you know, it's kind of tedious work. And it's better just to give you guys a glimpse into what it looks like after it's complete rather than going through the whole process. So that's how it's been working. Obviously nothing too complex, nothing too intricate, just a straightforward bit of stone brick. Through the center of the build we've kind of replicated this style but rotated it 90 degrees so that it faces this way. I did want to go for a bit of an arch, but we kind of didn't have the block placement for that to be a reality, really. And by that I mean this sort of threw us off, this little bit of wood here, but that's fine. I think what we've implemented here is fine and looks good as well, so we shouldn't have too many worries or too many issues about what we've gone ahead and chosen for the design work through the center of the ceiling. So as I said, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time here finishing up the ceiling inside the farm, and then I think we're going to move back on over to the storage area for all of the walls. So I'll see you in a second. So predictably that didn't take very long at all. So we're finally done with the ceiling in this room, which is a bit of a relief because again it's a very large area, very large surface area to redecorate. But we have gone ahead and finished that up now. So let's just take a little look around the farm, take a bit of a scan of the ceiling. I think it looks fine, honestly. I quite like it, to be honest. The greens complement the touch of green we have in the floor very well, and also the little bit of grass we have down here. I think in general, it's very cool. So something else I meant to show to you was that also between episodes, we went ahead and took the liberty of moving sheep into their pens. So now each and every color has 3 sheep, as well as obviously their dye now. So each sheep matches the color of the pen that they are sitting in. So red in red, black in black, etc, etc. So there we go. That's all done and dusted. And as I said earlier, I think the next step in this video is to move back onto the storage area for these what am I trying to say? The storage area for the wall. Come on, it's not very difficult. Spit it out. So, as I said in the last episode, I might lower this down to make it so that we can have some glass above it, so that you can sort of see the mechanism through the floor. Can't get my words out today, which is not out of the ordinary, I guess. And I don't think I'm actually going to lower it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to raise the floor up to this level here so that when we're walking in, we don't have to go down a step, that we'll just stay on this level here. And then we can just implement the glass in the areas that have a gap to look down into. So that's the way we're going to work things. Of course, we need to also build ourselves a way for the blocks to transport between the dropper here and the system. So we're going to go ahead and just carve out a small canal here, and then I'm not sure where I want I guess it's going to have to go up here because we need a block barrier in between the build and the water. So I guess this is where the water is going to go upwards. So how is this going to work? We've got some stone brick, that's good. So here, let's take a look. So the items are going to go down there, but the water does need to be at this level, otherwise it will interfere with the redstone. So we'll take that line of blocks out and we'll throw in some stone brick. So we're also going to need to grab some soul sand so that we can fire the items upwards. Sorry if I sound a bit weird. I'm getting the burps at the moment, and they're making me. I don't know how to explain this. The feeling, but you sort of get like a flow of air up your windpipe, I guess, and it sort of makes you stutter a bit. So I'm sorry if that is coming through on the commentary. I am trying to find soul sand, so I'm looking in the wrong chest. There we go. So we need a piece of soul sand. That's going to allow us to transport the items upwards, as I said. And I think what we'll do now is we'll grab the glass. I think I'm going to go with some grey stained glass to match the floor textures. So we got some light grey stained glass there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll just make 8 more if we have the dye available. We do, good. And that is the colour that we're going to go with, because the floor textures are likely to consist of grey, so it should match nice and easily. So let's get back over to the collection area. And what I'm hoping to achieve, basically, is to get, excuse me, is to get a water stream that goes in between this layer and the next layer, because of course we're going to have 2 layers of silos in this build. So I want a layer of, I want the water to flow over the top of this layer and then obviously go up again and flow over the top of the second layer. So I think before we move on here, we're going to just throw in some glass to cover up this mechanism, so we don't need that block. We can go ahead and put glass there, there, and it can go across this gap. It can go there, it can go there, and I think we'll just make it go all the way across to here. And that is, of course, where the items will flow upwards. So here, I think what I'll do is I'll take another break here from recording, just get some of the work in place, because this is going to take a while, and then we'll be right back. Welcome back to the video, you guys. So as you can see, we've got a little something set up here. So as per usual, we've gone ahead and set up a item elevator in the most basic fashion. Of course, with the 1.13 update, you can use sandstone to create a bubble column that will force items upwards. If you guys didn't know that, you probably do, but I would just thought I'd explain it just in case. So ours works in this way. Items are going to be dispensed from the dropper here into the water stream. The water stream will carry them along. The items will skid across the ice into the item elevator, and up they go. From there, they will travel over the top of these hoppers here, which will then sort the items into their... Well, it won't sort the items, but it will filter them. So anything that passes over this hopper, if it is of the blue wall variety, it will enter the system. If not, it will carry on until it finds the correct chest for it to go into. So, of course, we need to get those filters set up, and I can't remember how to do it. So I'm going to have to go over to the skeleton farm for a second and take a look at what I did there, because that uses the same system. And then I'll take a look online. And then once I've gauged some sort of idea of how to work this out, I'll go ahead and implement it, and then we can check it out. Alright then, you guys. So, thankfully, that process is over. Of course, we're going to have to do it again once we put the top layer in, but for now, it's complete. And I'm sorry, you're just going to have to ignore that witch. I really don't know where it is. I can't find it to kill it, unless it's around here. Doesn't look like it. No. Yeah, I have no idea where she is. So you're kind of just going to have to ignore that for now. But anyway, it's all working now. It's all in order. We've got our filters set up. So why don't we go ahead and just take a quick look at those before we move on. So if we pop up here, we can see that each hopper has 22 of the item that it is filtering for. And of course, every time a new one comes into the hopper, it will dispense it into the chest below. So that is how they work. I really don't know how the redstone works. I guess it's something to do with signal strength from comparators or something like that. I really have no idea. But yeah, just take it for what it is, basically. So I think whilst I've got you guys here, we're going to go ahead and start work on the water streams that we're going to have running around this contraption. So let's just clear our hotbar, grab a few things that we need, grab a few buckets of water, or as many as we can carry at least. There we go. And we can head back up into the system by jumping up here. And we're actually going to have to barricade ourselves in and make sure that no water spills out into the redstone. So we need one bucket there, one bucket there. Then we can see how far this will take us. It takes us right there. So we'll go ahead and place a sign in. break this. I almost broke that without placing the sign in there, and I'm so glad I didn't. And then another bucket, and then wherever that ends, you just go ahead. Oh, risky one. Oh, it's not risky actually, is it? Of course, the water is actually ran out there, so it doesn't matter. And then, of course, we're going to need another bucket of water here. Oops, wrong way. Forgot to put the sign in. There we go. And off it goes, round the corner. Clears out one of our torches, but that is a-okay. Another piece of ice. And then another water bucket. In it goes. Down the stream. And then ice, sign, bucket. And perfect, it landed right here. So we can put sign, ice, bucket. And we're almost at the end now. So we got another one of these guys. So we'll put a sign in there. Put the ice in there. And then one final bucket of water should take us to the end. And there we go. So now any items that enter the system should make their way to the end and be filtered in the respective hopper. So I'm going to take another break here, do a little bit more work, and then we'll rejoin each other again to check it out. So catch you in a second. Okay guys, so I thought, you know what? Let's give this thing a test run now that we've got the water streams up and running. So again, we're just going to go through, shear a few of the sheep. Shear, not eat. That would be the correct thing to do. There we go. We're just going to go on through the farm, as I said, just shear as many as we can and hope that the cart comes through and collects the wool for us, which it should do. Shouldn't see any reason why it wouldn't. There we go. And we'll just shear all of the sheep in these first few pens here. So there we go. All the way around, all the way down to the end here. Oops. So get the cyan wool sheared. There we go. And the purple. There we go. And the blue. There we go. And then the last sheep right here, we're going to shear. And then we're just going to run over into this area. Wait for the cart to make its return. And then we'll see exactly what happens. So, we'll just try and register what sort of colours we're looking at when they come through so we know where to go. Is it coming back? Should be here soon, right? I hope so. Hello? Cart? Oh, there he is. Okay, so cyan has definitely gone through and it's all going up the chute nicely. Good, 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 good. Okay, so let's see if the cyan numbers are increasing here. Or were we too slow? Possibly we were too slow. Okay, so we only had one magenta in there, so we've definitely increased in magenta. Not sure about orange, not sure about white. I don't really know how fast this thing works. We might have just completely missed everything. Let's try again here. Let's wait for the cart to come back. Try again to gauge whether or not this thing is working. It should be, as I said. Shouldn't be any reason why it isn't, so hopefully once we've once the cart has come back and released the goods again, we can gain sight of a colour that's a bit further away so that we have some time to actually get round there. So let's just wait for this dude to come back. Here he comes. So we got blue, purple, I saw in there as well. Oh god. So purple's right here. Were we quick enough or are they already in there? Oh god, I really don't know. This is hard to say. Okay, there's a purple stuck in there, which I think tends to happen. Usually there's a buffer of one item in there. You see, I really don't know. I assume, like as I said, we only had one magenta wool in there, so we definitely gained another one there. And there should now be one stuck in the filter. There is, that's good. Orange, looks like we've gained some. White, I can't really remember. Let's just double check the filter again here. Okay, so white is looking good. So that wasn't really a great representation of the farm. Let's see if we can do some sort of different test here. So if anything has grown. Okay, we got a purple. So let's shear the purple guy. Quickly head back over to the storage area. So we've sheared the purple guy. Let's just double check how much purple we've got right now. We've got 11. So we're expecting that number to increase, right? So let's just wait for the cart to come back again. So 11 is the number to keep in your mind. Don't forget it, alright? Because I might forget it. I'm kidding. Of course, I can't forget it. So there's 3 wool there. So we should be expecting to see 12, 13 in the chest, I believe. 13, 14. Oh, okay. So they all filter. Oh, yeah, of course, because it will push. Yeah, it will push one. It will push the one out of here in. Okay, yeah, that's definitely. Sorry. So 14 is actually what we should have been expecting. I was thinking that because there's an item in the filter that kind of just remains in there. I was thinking that we'd see one less, but no, actually that one does get pushed through at the start, so of course we will actually see all 3 enter the chest. But as you can see, that is solid evidence, or as solid as I can get in terms of evidence that this farm works, which I'm glad it does. Of course, we do have another layer of this to build, which is going to be a pain in the butt, but, you know, you've got to put effort into these things, because otherwise, what's the point? There's no point in making silly basic builds. You should go ahead and allow your dreams to come true. I don't know where I'm going with this, honestly, but I think what I'll do now is I'm going to start the digging process for the second layer. We can get a little bit of that done today, maybe, and hopefully just cap off the top of these silos. And then I'll come back and we can take a look and run through it together. Alright, so here you go, guys. This is kind of the general layout of the room and the way I want it to take shape going forward. So we're just going to hop up here because I've noticed that there is a slight bit of stone that I haven't carved out. This has got to go. Replace the torch and just get these blocks taken out. Okay, so this is how I want it to work. So the second layer of the storage room is actually going to be indented a little bit. So up here is going to be the walkway, and then over the top of the water and of course the surrounding blocks is going to be where the next the next 8 silos go. So they're going to line up. So the next silo is going to be within this gap here, but of course they will be pushed back slightly so that we have room to maneuver once we get up to the second floor. Because initially I was just going to put them on top of each other, but then I thought it's going to be quite difficult to create space for us to move around up there. And the room is already so small, I didn't want to enclose it even more by having overhanging walkways and things like that. So I think pushing them back into the wall is the best way to go about this. So of course now we've got some design decisions to make, because we've got this huge flat area here and not really anything to put in it, because of course the silos are only 3 chests tall, so they don't really have any expansion beyond what they currently sit at. We could, I guess, extend the concrete up and just cover up the middle with the concrete as well, but I'm not sure that would look too good. I want to go with like a stone brick half slab for the top layer, something like that. So that's one way we're going to go about incorporating the second layer in. But I'm really like stuck, to be honest. Stuck for ideas, stuck for inspiration, and a sort of way to get around the obvious issues that we now face with this design. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of lost. I don't even know what to say next, to be honest. So maybe we'll go away again here. I will try and figure something out, maybe get a little bit of work in place. And then if I do begin to, you know, feel the way that I'm taking things, or I come up with something interesting, then maybe I'll come back to you guys. But if not, then you might be coming back to the exact same looking room that we're in now. Hopefully the prior and not the latter. See you in a sec. Well, you guys, I'm still pretty much lost. So we're actually running out of time for this video anyway, so I'm going to draw it to a close now. But as you can see, I've got a little bit going on here, not too much. Really struggling to get this to look the way I want it to, but of course we do need access to the second layer of this room so that we can go ahead and collect the drops from the top silos. But ladders are going to be the way forward for that, I do feel, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not right, is it? There's something not right about the way that looks to me, and I couldn't tell you what it was, but just no. Something's got to change. Something needs to move, you know. So we'll look deeper into this in the coming episodes. Obviously, it's not too big a concern right now because we're getting the functionality in place first, and that is what is priority number 1 right now. So we won't fuss too much over this. But of course, next episode is going to be the world tour, so make sure that you are around for that, because that should be a good episode. You know, we're going to take a run through of everything that we built so far, talk a little bit about it, the thoughts I had behind it, the way it looks, the way it feels, the way it works, that type of thing, you know. And it's going to be a good way for all of you guys who haven't watched every single episode to just get yourselves caught up. I think it will work well. And also, I'm going to supply a world download link, so make sure to come along for that if you want to check the world out, of course. Anyway, as for episode 49, this is where it ends. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has supported me up until this point. It's been a good journey so far, and I'm really looking forward to taking things in the same direction in the coming weeks, months, years. You know how it is. Yeah, so thank you for being with me for today's episode as well. I always appreciate it when you guys take your time out of your day to come and watch my videos. If you did like the video, then why not, drop a like down below just to indicate to me that you are enjoying the content. That would be nice. If you have any questions, any suggestions for the series, any feedback in general, then go ahead and put that in the comments down below. I urge you to do that because I definitely will respond to your comments. For now, whilst I don't have many to look through. I mean, I'm not saying that I will in the future have many to look through, but you never know. So, yeah, right now, I am currently going to be responding to every single comment on every single video, so make sure you go ahead and let me know anything you'd like to know about me, about the series, or if you have any suggestions about what we could go ahead and build, then also drop those down below. And finally, if you're new around here, then be sure to subscribe, because you can stay tuned to this series and anything else that we decide to post on the channel. Alright, you guys, once again, thank you very much. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I will see you all in the World Tour in the next episode. Bye bye!